Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Haliza and fellow friends. Today, I am here to discuss a topic that is as sensitive as it is important, which is sexual violence by family members is a crime, not a shame. This is an issue that often remains hidden, buried under layers of stigma and shame, yet it continues to destroy lives silently. Imagine being forced to remain silent, not because you did something wrong, but because society tells you that seeking justice will bring shame to your family. This is the harsh reality for victims of sexual violence committed by their own family members. According to Sina Harian Online, on May 22, 2024, there have been almost 2,000 cases of sexual violence against children were reported from 2020 to April 2024, involving family members as perpetrators. As university students, we are part of a community that values justice, empathy, and support for one another. Sexual violence, especially when committed by family members, is a deeply serious issue that affects us all, whether directly or indirectly. It is essential that we, as future leaders and professionals, understand the impact of this problem and learn how to respond. My name is ALIEYA BALQIS, a student and also a social media user who often come across viral cases on social media where victims of sexual violence spoke up. But most of the comments blame the victims or label their action as bringing shame to their families. This inspired me to dig deeper into this issue and to understand its roots and to find ways to bring justice to the victims. Through this speech, I hope to inspire empathy and show that we have the power to create a change. My central message today is that sexual violence by family members is not private family matter or a source of shame, but a criminal act that must be exposed and punished. Today, we will explore the problem faced by victims and the perpetrators and discuss the solutions to address this pressing issue. My fellow friends, to truly address this problem, it's important to recognize why many victims of sexual violence by family members remain silent. Firstly, victims are forced to stay silent out of fear of harming their family's image. Social stigma, fear of being blamed, and pressure from family members prevent victims from speaking out. Society's obsession with family pride make victims feel that exposing abuse will not only shame themselves but tarnish the entire family's reputation. According to a 2023 article by Think Global Health, only a handful of cases of family sexual violence are reported because victims are forced into silence. Second, victims blame themselves because they have to stay silent, and this can initiate trauma and mental health. Victims often internalize guilt and blame themselves for the abuse. They also suffer from long-term trauma and mental health issues because they cannot seek help openly. Manafet and Benu in 2024 highlight that this internalized guilt leaves a victim isolated and significantly impacts their well-being. So now, let's turn our focus to perpetrators. What happens to them when sexual violence by family members is treated as a family shame? Perpetrators are often shielded to protect the family's reputation. Families fear public disgrace if the crime is exposed, and they discourage victims from reporting the abuse to the police. Pakiana in the Stop Abuse Campaign article on 2024 notes that perpetrators are often defended with a statement like, "He's still part of the family." The secrecy allows the crime to continue. When no action is taken by family members, perpetrators act without fear of punishment. Victims, meanwhile, feel isolated, helpless, and betrayed by those they trusted to protect them. When the silence of victims and the protection of perpetrators are significant problems, solutions exist to break this stigma. The first solution is changing cultural mindsets by breaking the idea of shame and family image. We must create safe spaces for open dialogue where sexual violence is no longer seen as a taboo topic. By reducing the obsession with protecting families' reputation and focusing on supporting victims, we can shift societal attitudes. The second solution is spreading awareness through education. Using accessible platforms like lectures, events, and social media, we can educate the public about sexual violence and empower victims to speak out. The Survey 3 in 2024 emphasized that university students are in a unique position to help change this narrative. By recognizing that sexual violence is not a family secret to be hidden, but a crime that demands action, we can drive meaningful change. As we have discussed the problem faced by victims, the impunity of perpetrators, and the solution needed to break the stigma must be addressed. Let us stop blaming the victims and start holding perpetrators accountable. Speak out and support the survivors. Listen to them and believe them. Encourage others to report abuse and speak up against victim-blaming comments. The change starts with us. Let's be the voice that ends the silence and stand up for those who are afraid to speak for themselves. Together, we break the cycles of abuse and restore true dignity to our families. Be the voice that ends the silence. Let's create a world where no victim feels alone and justice is no longer overshadowed by shame. Thank you.